All right, welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together, the podcast where we take a look at a new movie and try to figure out what movies might have inspired it. And today on the show, it's one of our monthly trailer roundups where Jason Harris from Awesome Movie Year joins me to look at a bunch of movies instead of just one movie, and we're going to guess some puzzle pieces just based off the trailers, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll end up doing full episodes on some of these movies, but if we don't get to them, at least we'll have covered them here, and looking forward to a bunch of movies this month. I'm also a little under the weather. That's why my energy level is not quite what it usually is, and my voice is kind of terrible right now. But that's what's coming up here in a second. Before we get to it, as always, I want to remind you to make sure you're subscribed to Piecing It Together, so that way you will find out about all the new episodes as they come, and also follow us on social media at Piecing Pod. Also on these trailers episodes, I usually do listener puzzle pieces, but I didn't get any this month. So as always, I'm just reminding you, if you have any puzzle pieces for any movies that we cover on the show, send them in. I will read them on the next trailers episode. Always love hearing from people. And it's funny we don't have any this month because another thing I was just going to kind of mention, but October 2025 was the biggest month we've ever had of this show as far as downloads are concerned. So anyone who's out there and is a new listener and is checking out all the new episodes and the old episodes and becoming a dedicated listener of Piecing It Together, thank you so much for being out there. Make sure to share the show, drop a 5-star rating if you're enjoying it, and check out all the other episodes as they come. But with that said, let's talk about November 2025. Jason Harris, it's time for another month of trailers. How's it going?
Dave, I'm a little perplexed, Dave. We're recording this the week of Halloween. Does it feel like spooky season or holiday season to you at all?
Well, they did release Deliver Me From Nowhere, the Bruce Springsteen movie. Ooh.
That's what you've decided is the best representation of the holidays. So.
I mean, it's Begonia, which I'm very excited for, but it's not a horror movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's very strange.
I didn't even mean movie wise. I just meant in general. I don't feel holidayed up at all. So.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't feel it either. Although I will tell you, at the time of recording, this won't have happened yet, but I'm planning on making a box that looks like a pumpkin to put outside of Wax Tracks, and I'm going to fill it with 45s, and people could grab 45s.
I mean, to be honest, that sounds great. So
hey,
I like telling you how stupid you are, but I really can't on that. I really am quite excited to see this homemade artwork of yours as well.
There you go. Yeah, we'll see how that happens. But anyway, it's time to talk about some movies. Let's start by looking at last month and seeing what we actually watched, and we'll go from there. Starting off with Shane Black's new one, Play Dirty, which I did watch. It was 100% just fine. It was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't what I hoped for from him, but it did what it set out to do, I guess.
I think it was a hit, but
was it a hit? How do you even how do you quantify a hit with a streaming movie like that? I feel like everyone forgot about it.
That one with John Cena and Idris Elba this summer was a huge hit that nobody remembers. Yeah, so for Amazon especially, you don't know what a hit is, right? But
sure.
Yeah, I don't know because like we talked about it. I was like, oh, okay, Shane Black looks interesting. Then it came out and it was like people were like into it, and then it just, like you said, disappeared. It just dipped hard in the primordial subconscious, the ooze of human brainery, if you will. The
Piecing It Together didn't even do an episode.
Yeah, so. If Piecing It Together doesn't do an episode, what hope for the rest of humanity is there? So I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Roof Man, I think you did see. I did not get a chance to see yet.
Yeah, I liked Roof Man. Has no business being a theatrical release in today's world. You know, it's fun. It's weird. You know, it's cool. Like, but again, that's where it ends. I think, you know, people like Kirsten Dunst and Ben Mendelsohn did the best with their supporting roles with what they could do. Channing Tatum, this was a good role for him. But, you know, it kind of loses steam towards the end, I'd say.
Well, I do want to see it. I'll catch it at some point.
But real fast, Dave, have you noticed? I feel like there's a trend. Like I mentioned, Ben Mendelsohn, who had a good amount to do. Kirsten Dunst, who probably elevated that part. And then you had like Lakeith Stanfield and Juno Temple. You had all these like hitters. Have you noticed this trend of like just really strong supporting cast with nothing to do, like with no characters to play other than whatever note is on the page. It's very interesting. Seems to be
Jason,
happening a lot lately.
I have been complaining about the rise of streaming movies for a long, long time, and this is one of the symptoms of streaming movies. It's just let's spend the money so we could put the guy on the poster, and like otherwise they didn't actually have a reason to cast these people. That's really
I
it.
would love to read your book on streaming and the downfall of the American cinema.
If I could read and write, I would write a book just for
I
you.
would love that.
All right. Killing Faith is up next, which I have no idea what that was. Do you
Me
remember it?
neither.
No.
No,
Yeah. All
I don't
right.
know what that is. So.
Let's move on.
But we
The
both
s-
loved it.
Yes, it was great. The Smashing Machine is up next, which was The Rock's big Oscar hopeful, and it came out and nobody liked it anymore after all of the raves at the festivals. It's very strange. I did not get a chance to see it.
I mean, you just mentioned the Springsteen movie, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Got really good festival buzz. Dwayne Johnson and Jeremy Allen White, are either of them going to get Oscar nods at this point with kind of the um, underwhelming business that both those movies have done? Probably not. So
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it. I like the subject matter. It'd be interesting to see what The Rock does. It seems like the other Safdie movie has much more going for it. Marty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's got a lot of buzz. Although then again, this did too. So
Yeah, it
who
did.
knows? But
I don't know.
yeah, I'll watch it eventually. I'm rooting for The Rock to do something worthwhile again. That would be fun.
Like Russell Roman Reigns.
Sure, why not? My dad would be happy if that happened. Steve was up next. This was the Cillian Murphy movie. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I don't know.
It's-
Did this come
It's
out?
on
I didn't see.
Netflix. It was
I
a
didn't see any
Netflix.
reviews or anything like that.
Yeah, I
so
think
I
you
don't.
could watch it on Netflix, Dave.
All right. Well, maybe we'll get to it one of these days.
You will.
No, probably not. Kiss of the Spider Woman. I did an episode on, and it was very good. It's worth checking out.
Nice. I like hearing that. Is it
Yeah.
top 10 this year for you?
It won't make my top 10, but it was definitely good, though. I enjoyed it, and some great performances. Very, very over the top, and a lot going on there. It
But
was really
again,
fun.
that's who's the director? His name escapes me.
Bill
but-
Condon.
Bill Condon, right? So Dreamgirls, right? Like
Yeah.
these used to be event movies, these big
Sure.
musicals, and this has J Lo, and really the only event musical is one we'll be talking about this month. So it is interesting. Like, where do these movies go? How do they survive in this kind of market? You read all about it in Dave's book, "Streaming and the Death of American Cinema."
That's a good title. The Woman in Cabin 10 is up next, which I heard was pretty bad. I wasn't really planning on
Yeah, I
watching
was
it
down
anyway.
for it. I was ready. I'm like, cool, mystery, boat, hour and a half, Netflix, and then everyone's just like, it's trash.
Yeah, pretty much.
So hey, let me throw another one at you that I saw that I don't think we covered last month, but is also a Netflix release, A House of Dynamite. Did you see that one?
I did not. I've heard mixed things. Some people really like it, and some people thought it was a bunch of nothing.
It is
So,
a bunch of nothing and a
Oh,
frustrating
man.
bunch of nothing. Obviously, renowned director who was almost like appointment movies every time she comes out with something, right? But
Yeah.
this did the Sopranos ending where it just
Mhm,
like
right.
ends before you know. But the difference is the Sopranos, you have 6 seasons to know this guy, and if whatever you think the ending is, one way or the other, if it doesn't happen to him this day, it's going to happen the next day or whenever.
Right.
This spent an hour and 55 minutes talking about a possible nuclear attack and the president's potential responses, and then gave us answers to neither of them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I've heard, and that sounds very, very frustrating.
It was so frustrating because it
yeah.
wasn't the worst. Yeah, and then it just like it's like, okay, I'm enjoying it, but now I don't care at all about it because like, why did I just waste 2 hours of my time? And I think Catherine Bigelow knows that, Dave. I think she
Yeah.
does.
Probably. I hope we'll get something good from her again at some point. But
Yeah, it's a well-made film. It's just, I mean, a lot of it does look very digital, but that's okay.
yeah. Next up was Anemone, the return of Daniel Day-Lewis. And Jason, if you had told me a year ago that Daniel Day-Lewis would return to acting and none of us would bother to go see it,
Well,
I
did
would.
it come out here?
It came out here. It's been here. It was here for like 3 weeks in theaters. Yeah.
I had no idea it even came out. So
Yeah, no, it was out there, and every week I was like, maybe I should finally go see Anemone, and no, it's gone now. So
you got
yeah,
those screener apps up and running already?
I don't think I've gotten a screener on that yet, but I have started getting some screeners. Yes,
Yeah, yeah. You
yeah,
gonna share? You gonna share the wealth, buddy?
not
Wink,
gonna
wink.
happen. Not gonna happen.
You have to
Uh,
say that.
yeah. Anyway, Anemone not getting very good reviews. I mean, he's supposed to be great as always, but not a great movie necessarily.
Yeah, I enjoyed his interviews in Mr. Scorsese. Have you watched that?
No, but I did. I saw like a clip or something. And it was good. So yeah.
Well, you always ask for a rec at the end of the episode, so I'll have to come up with another one. But 5 hour deep dive Martin Scorsese, one of the best things that I've seen this year. Of
All
course,
right.
you and your documentary SS officer friend Josh won't let me put such a thing on our best of the end list, as it's not a traditional feature
Mm-hmm.
doc. But that's why we have to do a separate doc episode this year, Dave. It's a evolving form. It's a great project, this Mr.
Yeah.
Scorsese. I highly
Yeah.
recommend it.
Piecing it together as a movie show, Jason. That's what.
I'm just saying, I think the definitions of what movies are
No,
changing at this point in time.
no, no,
You guys
not
are
at all.
film Nazis. You
Not at
two
all.
Jews are film Nazis.
Speaking of film Nazis, I don't know what that means at
Yeah.
all. It has nothing to do with their
Inglorious
segue.
Bastards.
Yeah. After the Hunt is up next, the new Luca Guadagnino, which I have not seen it. I still don't believe the negative reviews. I feel like people just don't like the subject matter, but maybe it's bad. I don't know.
I
But
mean, can everyone in the world be wrong, Dave?
yes,
Or,
yes,
no.
they were on a few movies that I could name that I'm not
Name
going
'em.
to. Well, there's a few things that I really like.
To
You know what
choose one.
movies like a little movie called Fool's Paradise.
Yeah, I knew you were going
That's
to
one
say
example.
that.
Yeah.
That's your. Here's the thing with After the Hunt. We love Luca. Great cast. What I hear is it's just also on the nose, and there's like super gaps in logic, and those are things that drive me crazy.
That would drive you nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's tar, but not tar, right?
Yeah. That's basically what it is. But I do want to see it. We'll get
But
to it
that's another
eventually.
prestige, big, big star-driven vehicle subject matter that's kind of contemporary. That's just not doing any business. I don't think.
Just cratering. Absolutely. Next up is The Black Phone 2, which I think was a small hit.
I think it's a hit. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the first one. I did not go see this. We'll see if they'll keep making Black Phone movies probably at this point. So,
Well, Dave, I've been watching The Lowdown. Have you been watching that show with Ethan Hawke?
that's the Ethan Hawke. No, I
Yeah.
mean, I of the few shows I would consider watching, that would be one of them.
It's quite good, and it just makes me think we had a Matthew McConaughey reconnaissance.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the Ethan Hawke renaissance? Because he's really doing some unique and cool work lately.
Well, some really, really talented people worked on The Black Phone, but that does not go into the Ethan Hawke renaissance.
The Hawke renaissance?
The Hawke renaissance. So
Well, there's
sorry.
so many other projects. He's got to do Linkletter, and like I
Yeah.
said, The Lowdown. I mean, we liked him. The Northman was a cool role. He's doing some
Sure.
really unique things.
He's always great.
He's really now doing what we expected from him in the 90s, which is like towing that line of like, I'm a franchise player, but I'm also an indie auteur type.
Yeah, totally. Pets on a Train is up next, which I only put on this list to bug you last month.
It worked. It totally worked. So.
And I didn't see anything about this. I don't even know if it came out.
I
but
know
who
this
knows?
one totally disappeared. So.
Yeah. Good Fortune is up next, Aziz Ansari, which I loved. It did not get very good reviews, and it flopped pretty hard, but is so much fun. I don't understand people.
You know what he should have done is made it an anime and put Chainsaw Man in there.
That would have worked quite well.
That's crushing everything. So
pretty soon we're gonna have to just make this show all about just animes.
Well,
be
Crunchyroll will sponsor piecing it together. Piecing it together like a good sushi roll. So
there you go. Very nice. Going from Good Fortune to a movie I did a live show on, Good Boy, which was just okay, but it was exciting to do a dog centric movie for a live show.
He's the dog of the year. He's the anatomy of a fall dog for this year or whatnot. So
He's good.
it's 75 minutes long. So even if it's just okay, what's wrong with that, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it was fine.
And Dave, talk about your live shows. How much fun did we have doing the Last Dragon 40th
It was great.
anniversary?
It was
That
a
was a
really
great
fun
time.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the shows have been great lately, and hopefully we'll be talking about more live shows coming up here soon.
we always
Speak
do. You whore.
speaking of yeah. Speaking of which, another live show, Tron Ares, which
See?
I
Oh boy.
liked, but it freaking flopped like crazy, and
Nobody likes it.
I
Nobody
know.
except you likes it. Are you going to say that everyone else is wrong on this one,
No,
or
I'm not
you
going to
won't?
go to bat for this one because it's not that good. But like, yeah, I just don't understand what people want out of a Tron movie. This is
Where
it.
does Jared Leto fit in Hollywood after this movie?
That's a good question because this has happened multiple times for him, and he keeps getting to try. So
Right.
maybe
Is
he'll try again.
I always feel like he's better at Dallas Buyers Club, Panic Room, American Psycho. Second, he's the Scottie Pippen. He's a
Yeah.
great second lead.
Well, isn't he going to be Skeletor in Masters of the Universe,
I mean,
or
he
is that
looks like it. So
that might be a meme? I'm not sure if that's a real thing
it
or
could
not.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
But don't you feel like he's always excels as the second? You
Yeah.
know?
No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Next up is Begonia, which I was supposed to do a show on, but unfortunately, both of the theaters I work with, neither of them ended up getting it. They cut back on the amount of screens, which is really weird considering it seems to be getting a lot of buzz. And of course, Yorgos and Emma are on fire the last few movies, so I don't know why they'd cut back on it.
Tried and true, great partnership. This is the Plemons Oscar bid, as what they say. So we'll
Hmm.
see what happens in the crowded lead actor field. You would think they would do this one. It's only 2 hours long, right? So that you
Yeah.
can run that as opposed to other Yorgoses, which are 2.5, right? You get that extra showtime in a day, but just shows the quality of theaters you're working with, Dave. Bunch of
Oh,
bums.
yeah. Oh, and last but not least, speaking of bums, me and Jason are going to be doing an episode on Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. Expect it to be quite contentious.
Yeah, I'm okay with that going into it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. And honestly, I don't even think I'm going to disagree with a lot of your points. But that'll be a rousing discussion.
I'm looking forward to it. So let's get to our November movies, starting off with Die My Love, which is Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence. It is the return of Lynn Ramsey, who hasn't done anything in quite a while now. So it's pretty cool to see her doing a big movie that's like getting the big theatrical push. And the two of these stars just look like they're just going for it. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I am too. I think it's already, got movie for distribution, right? So
Yeah.
that's good for it. Um, I mean, yeah, this is probably another J Law Oscar buzz movie here. What really happens in this preview, Dave? Two people get together and tear each other apart. Is that really all
Hmm.
that happens?
It seems like that's all this movie is. Which with those two, I'm all
Yeah,
for
why
it.
not? So,
Yeah.
they sing that Moldy Peaches song, which is right out of Juno, right? It's Michael
Sure.
Cera and it's Michael Cera and Ellen slash what is
Elliot Page.
Elliot Page is now.
Yeah.
At one point, she says, "I'm always in the middle of trying to do something creative and doing nothing," which I'm going to put us as a peer. No, not us. I mean, that's Office Space. What would you do with all that money? Nothing, right? And
Okay.
then I wanted to throw two others on there. This kind of relationship where they just kind of tear each other to shreds. We've mentioned it before, but I think the most underrated Sam Mendes movie is Revolutionary Road.
Sure. Yeah.
Leo and Kate. And then the last one, it just looks like one of these nice, smaller domestic dramas, and I had recommended it a few months ago. Recommending it again. A Little Prayer with David Strathairn and Jane Levy. One of the better films I've seen this year.
Right on. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one, but
I think I've talked about it on this show.
oh, maybe you have. Okay,
Yeah.
but sounds good. And yeah, I do. I agree with you. Revolutionary Road is very good, and yeah, I'm all for all these pieces that you brought up here. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf to go to people screaming at each other. Malcolm and Marie, which another movie to add to my list of movies that I think was good that no one else liked. And then I think kind of the obvious one here, which is kind of weird, is Possession, the 1981 horror movie with Sam Neill, and I won't even try to pronounce Isabel's last name. I don't know how to say it,
Man,
but the two of them just absolutely screaming at each other for 2 straight hours. It seems like this is a big influence on this, and Robert Pattinson is producing a remake of it. So
Possession. What a deep pull from Dave. I love it.
good
Who
stuff.
who
Good
thought
movie.
Dave was going to bring out horror movies of the early 80s from Australia? Good man,
There you go.
Dave.
Good me. Good me.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I'm excited for that. Next up is Frankenstein, the new Guillermo del Toro film, which I've actually already seen, but I kept it on the list anyway. It'll be on Netflix November 7th after a short theatrical run, which the film is, of course, Guillermo del Toro doing his supposed passion project. He's always wanted to make a Frankenstein movie. He's sticking close to the source material. Oscar Isaac is the doctor, Jacob Elordi is the monster, and Mia Goth is the doctor's sister-in-law. What do you think about this one?
Dave, I got to ask you, you've seen the movie. The word I'm hearing back from my
Mm.
rats at the theaters are it looks beautiful, but not much happens in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say the first part, but
So not a fan. All right,
no,
save it
not
for
really.
Netflix. All right, I
Yeah,
mean, so trying to go away from like the Universal monster movies, right? Of like the obvious influences there. I picked Reanimator because
yeah,
literally is reanimating someone.
yeah.
I think you could have chosen the Northman or Bram Stoker's Dracula as a more modern interpretation of a classic monster movie. And then I picked Marie Antoinette for the kind of extravagance of the era of the time gone by. The look, the feel, obviously, it's not as bright, but it does feel like really kind of fully realized.
Well, I will be recording an episode on it soon. And just so you know, I have on my list, spoiler alert, but I have the Northman and Reanimator both on my list. So you're spot on with both of those. And I'll just throw a little Ex Machina on there because Oscar
Sure.
Isaac is the mad doctor in charge of a monster.
Again,
So.
what's the last great Guillermo movie?
Phew. I don't know. I really like Pinocchio. I know you didn't really like
Hate it.
it.
I hated it.
Yeah.
So
So,
I like
but I
Nightmare Alley. I like Shape of Water, but like you
yeah.
know,
He's so damn talented. I just don't really like the movies he makes. I don't know what it is. It's
yeah,
weird, but I'm hoping one of them will really, knock it out of the park for me one of these days. But
yeah.
next up is Trap House, which will be in theaters on November 14th, starring Dave Bautista. It looks like a pretty straightforward action cartel movie, but it looks like it could be all right.
No, it looks like they took three different movies and mashed them into one script.
Yeah, but we like Dave Bautista,
Of
so
course, we love Dave
yeah,
Bautista,
and we
but
like Bobby Cannavale and Sophia Lillis and Tony Dalton. They're all good,
of course, anytime you mention Bobby Cannavale, I gotta say, I got a gun. You got a gun. We all got guns. Who's doing nice work on this unruly season of Only Murders in the Building.
Nice.
Not the best season, but it's nice to see him. So this is why I say it's unruly. It's like, hey, I think that these guys are going to a safe house, but then it's not a safe house, and then the kids of the agents are robbing a cartel. Right? Is that
Yeah,
what's going on? So is
something
it a
like
fake
that.
safe house where they're putting the cartel members? This just seemed really confusing from the
Yeah, you're
trailer to
right.
me. So,
You're 100% right. And like I still thought it looked like okay. Like it looked like something my dad would love, let's put it that way. But yeah, it's very confusing as to what exactly is happening
I
in
mean,
this.
I
But
watched this trailer today and I put down my pieces, and I'm still not sure exactly how. I don't even remember. Like, obviously, I do have the film Safe House, the
yeah,
Denzel one with Ryan Reynolds. I put Sicario in there because there's this idea of like, hey, you mess with us, now we're going to kill all of you type thing. That's what it
sure.
seems like. And then I'm gonna. I mean, Sopranos and Task. The Did you watch Task?
No.
It's really good. But in Task, the bad guys rob drugs from like drug houses, and that's what it seems like these guys are doing. So
All right.
also, Dave, I had weapons and Den of Thieves. Why did I put weapons?
Weapons does not make sense at all, but Den of
Why did
Thieves
I put
is,
it?
I don't know. Den of Thieves works really well, though.
Yeah,
So,
there had to be a
yeah.
reason. So
You know, they have weapons in every movie you wrote down, so that's
thank
something.
you. Thank you, Dave.
You put Sicario. I put Sicario: Day of the Soldado, the much less good sequel. But then I also put both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I mean, you're robbing cartels, and plus Lalo Salamanca. That's Tony Dalton. He was so good in that show and Better Call Saul. So, did you watch Better Call Saul or no?
I still have to watch it. I've seen all of Breaking Bad, but I just, you know, my Better Call Saul story, right?
I think so. I think you've said it before.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can always ask me about it on the Springsteen episode because that's where it makes sense. Seriously.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Jay Kelly is up next, November 14th in theaters. The new Noah Baumbach, so I'm sure you're very excited. Adam Sandler and George Clooney star. It's also got Riley Keough, Greta
Rilo
Gerwig, Laura
Kiley,
Dern.
the girl
Yeah,
name.
that's what I almost said. Laura Dern. Um, it's about a movie star who's having like a midlife crisis, and his agent or manager, I'm not sure, takes him on the road to like kind of get out of his head about it. Is that basically what's happening here?
No, I think yes, but no, right? So,
Okay,
first of all, I know it's not a movie, but if you ever wanted to use Cary Grant as a George Clooney piece, he's really going
yeah,
for the Cary Grant here, right?
sure,
What
sure.
happens is the daughter, Clooney's daughter, is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go spend this summer in Paris," and he's like, "Oh, it's like our last summer together. I thought you were gonna be here." And she's like, "Yeah, well, whatever. Bye. You weren't there for me growing up." And then he's like, "Yeah, yeah, you're right. I wasn't." So then, from what I understand, he follows her to Paris, but that maybe
Mm.
I'm wrong. I don't know. So
And that gives me
um,
another puzzle piece, unless you bring it up,
I
but we'll see.
probably will.
Yeah,
So first of all, you'll be happy with my first one. Aging movie star living a life of opulence, Babylon, right there for you.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
This seems like hey, I guess in the movie I'm about to mention, it was accidental, but in this movie, it's on purpose. Two people kind of meeting up again in a different city. I went with Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And
Mm-hmm.
then Midnight in Paris, was that the one you were going to bring up?
No, it wasn't, but I
Okay.
like
And
it.
then, you could combine Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, and you got this because there's so much on a train and so much in Paris.
There you go. A little bit of
And
both of
emotional
that.
angst. Yeah.
I'm with it all. The one that I thought of there was On the Rocks, the Sofia Coppola movie with Bill Murray that we covered on the show. As far as like following the daughter to this like vacation place to try to reconnect. So there you go with that. Sandy Wexler, the Adam Sandler agent movie on Netflix, which I kind of remember being pretty funny.
He talks like this, and no, six people got the joke because they know him.
There you go. And last but not least, obviously too new to be a puzzle piece, but it reminded me of Deliver Me from Nowhere. As far as this guy and his agent going on a trip together and like trying to get out of his own head and all that.
I mean, honestly, you probably would have liked that version of Deliver Me from Nowhere better.
Yeah, it would have been a lot more fun. Okay, let's go on to Now You See Me, Now You Don't, which will also be in theaters November 14th. Are you a fan of these movies, Jason?
I saw the first one, Dave, and that was fine. I had no desire to see the second one. And, I didn't even realize this was on the list, but I have seen this trailer, so I could guess,
Yeah.
unless you want me to watch it again or
No,
whatnot.
I've
So
seen this trailer a million times at this point, and yeah, I
they're
did not
stealing
like the
from each
first
other in
one.
this one, right?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it seems very exactly what you'd expect. I didn't know this series was this big until they announced this, third one coming out, but apparently people love these movies.
This is that TNT movie that plays all the time on TNT, right?
Probably.
So,
Probably, yeah.
yeah. So, yeah.
I, I don't know. I'm not really into this, but what do you got for pieces?
Well, I forgot that the trailer was on our list this month. So,
Yeah, yeah.
let's see, movies about magicians. What's that one with Steve Carell?
Burt
Jim.
Wonderstone.
Yeah, we'll go with that because it's about
Sure.
magicians and people stealing from each other. Den of Thieves 2. Let's go with that one. So,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Good one. Den of Thieves 2. I'll throw in the Oceans movies and the Fast and Furious movies. Just throw them all in a big pot. Um, Yeah, I will be happy to not see this trailer anymore, but we like all the cast. They're all good.
What did you pick for this?
Oceans movies and Fast and Furious
Yeah,
movies
okay, there we
just
go.
mixed together into a
Sure.
pot. All right. Uh, Jason, pronounce the French name of the next movie.
I mean, to me, Nouvelle Vague.
Should we
Is
call
that right?
Josh and have him do it for us real quick? Get a call
Um,
in. Nouvelle Vague. Yeah, that's probably about right.
yeah.
Richard Linklater's dramatization of the making of Godard's Breathless. It looks good. Eh, to bring it back to my book that I'll be writing, it's hard not to call out the irony of this being a Netflix movie that's celebrating like this important moment in cinema and these incredible figures in international cinema, which they are doing nothing to help,
And we've
really.
talked about Apollo 10 and a half before, which we all really liked and felt like it
Sure.
was just buried by Netflix, right?
Yeah,
I thought that could have definitely got a best animated feature. Not, I think that was on my top 10 or one of our top 10 Zeg
I think it
years.
was on yours. Yeah.
So I mean, does this come down to like, hey, this is the look, Linkletter is like, hey, they're financing it and they're willing to finance it and no one else is, right?
Yeah,
So
that's really what it is.
yeah,
But
so I know
yeah,
he didn't write this one. I mean, it looks beautiful. It looks like it
sure.
really he's like the perfect guy to, Austin Film Society captured that French New Wave thing. Obviously Dave brought a lot of memories back for me. As you know from Awesome Movie Year, I did write for Cahiers du Cinema back in the
Yes.
50s and
Yes.
60s. So
Yes, you
good
did.
stuff. Seeing my old buddies Truffaut and Godard and all the boys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, so watch Breathless if you haven't seen Breathless, right? You have to do
Yeah.
that.
Definitely.
And then to me, two black and white films about making films by quote unquote legends of cinema. I went with Mank and I went with Ed Wood.
I had them both on my list as well. I also just, for good measure, threw in The Offer because it just happened like a couple of years ago, that TV series about the making of The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but any of those kinds of things, it's a really interesting project. And by the way, just as a quick aside, we didn't mention Blue Moon last month, which I don't know how that slipped under my radar when I was making our list, but Linklater has two movies in the last month. Did
That's
you see
true.
that?
I know. I mean, I didn't think Blue Moon was out here yet, but it's obviously part of the Ethan reconnaissance, right?
Yes, you're
So
right.
I've seen
So
the trailer, and it's a Linklater movie. Of course, I'm going to see it, and
yeah,
that's exciting.
I hear it's great. All right, Wicked for Good is up next, November 21st in theaters. I ended up really liking the first part. I wasn't expecting to, as we talked about on the trailer episode when, it was last November or whatever. And I ended up loving it. I saw it twice, actually. And so I'm hopeful that this will, follow it up in the right way. We'll
Yeah,
see
I
what
liked I
happens.
liked the first one too. I think I'm still fatigued though. Like I could have waited another year, but I get it.
Yeah.
This is what's going on. I mean, I put Kill Bill because the idea of taking one movie and separating it into two, right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I put Staying Alive, the uh, ill-fated sequel to Saturday Night Fever, because we're doing musical sequels, which you don't see all that often.
Well, that's a, yeah, okay.
I mean, and then the idea of best friends having to work with and against each other, The Departed, which is really what I'm hoping it takes an influence from.
That would be wonderful.
And
I'm
it
so
felt a
with it.
little like Tangled, that idea of like, hey, we're stuck in a place and now we're fighting to get out of it and we're on an adventure. So,
What do you
but
think about the fact that they're gonna have the actual Wizard of Oz characters in this one? That seems like a really tough road to
well, hold
yeah.
on. Let's get a guest on this episode. Scarlett, come here. We have a question for you on the podcast. Scarlett, who is going as Elphaba for
Oh,
Halloween.
nice.
She's very excited. So,
Awesome.
and I believe on opening day, her mom's going to take her to the 5 hour watch part one and then
Sweet.
part two. So she's very excited about it. What she was not excited about is when she told me she was going to be Elphaba. My suggestion that I go as Galinda for Halloween. She said, and I quote, "If you do that, I will not be doing Halloween with you." No, but come here. We have a question for you about Wicked Part 2. Well, we need you in the microphone. Dave's question was, what do you feel about them using? Yeah, you're not on camera. You're right there talking to the mic. The question is, what do you feel about them using the other characters from The Wizard of Oz, Cowardly Lion, Tin Man? Is that going to be good? bad otherwise.
Good, but the movie was on Broadway, and the Broadway has good reviews.
Thank you for your opinions there. So there you have it. Scarlett says good. It was on Broadway in the Broadway version. Did you see it on Broadway? Ah, well. Thank you. There's Elphaba for you.
The whole point is that it explains how it happens.
It explains how what happened.
Like the Tin Man turned into this.
Oh, it's origin stories of those characters.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's important.
Thank you,
then.
Scarlett. That was helpful.
All right. I'm leaving it all in. I don't edit anymore.
I tried.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done editing. Yeah, all good stuff here. I put when villains and good guys have to work together: Godzilla versus Kong, Batman versus Superman, Thor Ragnarok. They did that there too. And then speaking of Batman v Superman, I thought of Justice League, where they all have to kind of turn Superman back to being a good guy after he turns bad for a minute. So
yeah, I had Frankenstein on there too. I don't know why.
yeah, sure, why not? All right, let's move on to David, which at first I thought that we had just done this like a couple months ago, but it was the other one. It was the Jesus animated Angel Studios thing.
Hey, they found something to make it work for them.
Oh, this movie's going to make bank. But yeah, this is, of course, following up the Jesus one with the story of David and Goliath. If this does do well, I'm sure they will just do a different Bible story every 6 months, probably.
I mean, and they should. Like, it's not
whatever
for me,
gets people
but,
to movie
like,
theaters. I'm
know
fine
what?
with it.
This is their market. Like, go
Yeah.
for it. And when we've seen Angel Studios expand out, it's not always successful, right? So, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Try different things, but this is probably your wheelhouse. Yeah, I think. Or were you talking about the King of Kings? That one with Oscar
That's
Isaac?
it.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the name. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I put Joseph, King of Dreams. You could have the Star, any of these religious animated ones. I put the Lion King because he has to slay the big bad ruler,
Sure.
And then he picks up a rock. I went Sword in the Stone. You pick up the sword and you're able to kill people.
Yeah, Sword in the Stone, absolutely. The other thing I put was Gladiator. But yeah, any story that's the thing about a story like this is it's obviously inspired a million things that, we could point to as having inspired in the circle.
Now, Dave, you're the expert on the Middle East in this podcast. How's the ceasefire going between Israel and Palestine?
Let's move on to Train Dreams. November 21st on Netflix. Joel Edgerton, William H. Macy, Carrie Condon, Felicity Jones. Great cast. It seems like a small drama.
What is this movie, Dave? What is this film? Is this a film?
I have no idea, but it looks very pretty, right?
Yeah.
We could at least say that.
Let's say it's 2 hours. Are you going to get anything more out of this movie than you did in the 2.5-minute trailer?
I highly doubt that, but again, it's very, very pretty, and it's a great cast.
I mean, I definitely was feeling Kelly Reichardt vibes on this one. I put First Cow because of the time period and nature, but you could also go with Old Joy because that was like a really kind of a meditation on nature and didn't really have much else going for it.
Yeah.
And then this whole kind of manifest destiny, build out the West. I mean, Heaven's Gate and There Will Be Blood.
Sure. All right. I like both of those. I thought it had a little bit of a Malik thing going on, so I put Tree of Life in there, which goes along with, your Riker and like that kind of filmmaking. And then speaking of awesome movie year, I went to 1941 for How Green Was My Valley. This feels like a kind of modern version of the same kind of story that was.
I think we're getting a lot of that between Awesome Movie Year and this like kind of whimsical look back on, kind of the times gone by.
I think you're right. I'm also looking. We have 3 more movies here we're going to talk about, and is there like 2 movies I've been excited for this month? This is kind of a slow month.
This is a weird November. I mean, and you expect like, what's the big Thanksgiving Day release?
Yeah, it's just all they've got is Wicked.
Thanksgiving Day?
It's just Wicked,
right?
Yeah, that's it. But well, anyway, Zootopia 2 is a movie that I think a lot of people. A lot of people are excited about it. So hopefully it does well for theaters. I never saw the first one. Are you or your daughter fans?
Yeah, we liked it. We watched it. I didn't need a sequel, but hey, the first one was good. So let's give it a shot.
It's very interesting that the subject matter of this one seems to be racism. Is that right?
It did definitely feel like that racism against snakes, right? So
Yeah,
it's
very
funny that you
interesting
say that
take.
because one of my puzzle pieces is ice, because these are law enforcement agents going
Yes.
after a particular group of people who they probably shouldn't be going after, right? So ice.
Go Disney, getting the little kids to fight against ice. I'm
No,
all for
no,
it.
but as you know, Disney, all they've done is kowtow towards Trump. So like
Yeah.
Bob Iger's fucking his legacy every day right now. So maybe they'll be like, yeah, all those snakes were bad, especially the little ones in diapers that we put in handcuffs and ripped
Could you
away from their
imagine?
snake parents,
Oh
like
my God, that would be
let's cheer
horrible.
that. Great Bob Iger. Good work, guy.
Ay,
Okay,
God.
there's a lot of stuff in therapy. And so I think this was an inspired pick. Not only did I go with a mismatched therapy movie, but I went with a mismatched therapy sequel. Analyze that.
Beautiful. I love it.
And pick your a mismatched buddy cop film, whichever one you want. I put the other guys.
Cool. I like it. I went with Inside Out 2 as far as a cartoon that deals with heavy subject matter. And then I put Sing because it seems like there's a lot of singing animals in this, even if that's not the main focus of
Well,
the
and then
story.
Sing had that sequel as well. So,
Yeah.
it's I think that's a fair one.
All right. Next up is Eternity, which will be in theaters November 26th. This is from A24 and stars Elizabeth Olsen, who dies and goes to heaven, I guess it is, and has to decide whether to spend eternity with her current husband, Miles Teller, or her previous husband, who had died years earlier, Callum Turner. Who I'm not familiar with him, but it's an interesting setup, kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I like it as a spin on the love triangle, the afterlife love triangle, right? So
Yeah.
it's got a fun world there. Nice to see Elizabeth Olsen, who seems is she trashing Marvel today or does she love
Yeah, I
Marvel
think so.
today?
Yeah.
I can't fit. And
Goes
then what
back
did
and
you say?
forth,
She
but
won't
yeah.
ever do a movie that doesn't have a theatrical release again.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
the best movie that she's been in the last 10 years was his three daughters, which I
I
think was a
know.
Netflix release last year,
Yeah.
right? So
She's probably bummed about that, but yeah. So,
but she's good. I mean, look, you're going into the afterlife, and you have to make decisions and fight for something. Albert Brooks defending your life. You got to
yeah.
start there, right? It seems like she has guides in this afterlife, which brought me to Spirited. Good afternoon to you, sir, which was a big holiday success.
Mm.
And I put the beach scenes really looked like the talented Mr. Ripley to me. And then do you pick one, two, or one or two, and that will be my my love triangle for you.
Let's go with 2.
The Notebook, of course.
There you go. The Notebook.
Yeah, and the
Indeed.
afterlife also looks a little like What Dreams May Come, which so yeah,
You
lots of
got another
pieces.
one in there. You got
Yeah,
another one in there. Yeah, I also had Defending Your Life on my list, and the other thing I put was Beetlejuice because of the whole bureaucracy of the afterlife and all
that's
that.
fun. We like
Uh,
that. Good pick, Dave.
I hope it's a good movie. It looks fun. And then our final movie for our main list is The Thing with Feathers, which will be out in
What a
theaters November
title.
28th. Yeah, absolutely. I think the book that it's based on is called Grief is the Thing with Feathers or something like that. I
They
gotta.
didn't do any better.
Yeah, so not a very good title to start with. But anyway, Benedict Cumberbatch is a father who's having like a kind of breakdown, midlife crisis kind of thing, and this bird starts showing up as he's losing his mind. Right?
Yeah, Black Swan, right? You start right
Sure.
there. Slumberland, it's a world, a different world when you're asleep, or it's a world within a world, maybe. About a boy, parent with depression. Tully, parent creating a world for themselves.
All right, I like them all. By the way, it's Grief is the Thing with Feathers. That's the name of the book, which seems like it gives it away. I don't know, but anyway, a monster calls, which a tree helps a kid deal with his grief, and Tuesday, that one with Julia Louis-Dreyfus and a big giant bird that helps her through grief.
Did you see that?
I did not, but
I think
it's
it's just
interesting.
Louis, not Louise.
Julia Louis Dreyfus. Yeah, you're right. It is. Never
Yeah.
mind. Anyway, it's interesting that that's like a subgenre. I wonder if there's other books or movies
Oh
about
yeah. I mean,
birds that do that. You know?
I thought the subgenre was like trauma healing or
Yeah.
something
Well,
like
that we got plenty in here.
yeah,
So
trauma
yeah,
bonding, trauma healing.
yeah, all the above.
Everything's yeah.
So this is usually the part where I talk about all the live shows that I've got lined up, but I only have one for sure right now. I'm still talking with my theaters, seeing what we
Sons of
got going on.
bitches. You
I know
give them these shows.
I'm hoping to do Predator Badlands or Keeper or Sisu Road to Revenge or all three of them. But I'm definitely doing The Running Man on November 14th at Maya Cinemas. So that is going to be a fun one. Edgar Wright's new take on the original Stephen King story. Of course, the first movie version starred Arnold. And it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Those other three movies, I'm actually super excited for all of these. So
Yeah. Okay. So, Running Man, I think the draw for me is Edgar Wright. On
yeah,
this one. Um, Sisu 2, obviously, most excited about that one. Let's get some
yeah,
popcorn. Watch this Finnish dude just kill everyone.
hell yeah.
Predator Badlands. I mean, the guy's been good. Who's running
Yeah.
the Red Predator franchise. So let's see. And then Keeper, as with other Osgood Perkins movies, I'm just not sure what to make of it, and maybe I'm not the right guy for his films, but I'll keep trying to watch them.
It's fair. And did you see he already shot yet another one? Every time he puts a movie out, he shot another one already.
He's the Yorgos Lanthimos of horror films.
Seems like it. Yeah. Although Yorgos has taken a break supposedly, but we'll
Yeah,
see what
right.
happens. Yeah.
Maybe he'll make a horror movie, and Osgood can make a weird romantic film.
I'm all for it. Jason, you gave us one recommendation earlier, but what else do you got?
Oh, now I have to look because I gave my rec. Dave, vamp for me.
Dun 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 dun. Did I just do the
Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon theme? Yeah, wow.
I caught it. So
Wow. Okay. Interesting. What have I watched lately? Because I watched something else that I we lost Diane Keaton this past month, and we watched a few Diane Keaton movies. All great. All
what
great.
was your favorite that you watched?
Probably Something's Got to Give. I mean, of course, Annie Hall is amazing, and there's lots of other ones, but of the ones we watched this month,
Yeah.
So.
All right, Dave. I will go with from this month something that I know you saw earlier this year, and even though by the time most people hear it, Halloween will have passed. It's a good, spooky, interesting film. Steven Soderbergh's Presence,
Oh yeah,
about a ghost watching a domestic drama unfold inside of a house. I thought it was pretty unique.
yeah, I liked it a lot. He's really had a great year, that dude. But yeah,
Yeah, so I think I gave you three this month, Mr. Scorsese, high recommendation, and what was the other one I mentioned at the beginning?
I think you're making that up. I'm pretty sure that was the only other one.
No,
Was
I
there another
definitely
one?
gave you one before that. Listen back to the piece.
We'll run the tape and we'll find out.
Run
Jason,
it.
where
What do I win if I'm
where-
right?
You win everything.
A lunch. Go me lunch.
Jason, what do you got going on?
What do I have going on, Dave? A lot of
Promote.
Oh, I thought you meant therapeutically what I
Yeah,
needed to get
sure.
off my chest. So.
Yeah, you could do that too if you'd like.
All right, Dave. I'm at Jason Harris Comedy or J Harris Comedy on all the socials. Go for Jason on Letterboxd. We're in 1971. Really interesting year for awesome movie year. I hope people are listening. We want all your feedback because we're having some clashes with opinions on there, which is great. Other than that, just running a bunch of trivia nights around town. Grand Gang.
Grant Gang.
So,
You are busier than ever with those trivia nights. So
I'm
everybody,
trying. I mean, I think we're
go
about
check
to
'em out.
dip and then bring some other ones back, but you never know. So.
hey, I'm sure there'll be plenty to do. But Jason, as always, great having you. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yay!
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Jason Harris about some of the November 2025 trailers. Can't wait to get back out to the movies. Although right now I'm homesick, and I just watched War of the Worlds, the new 2025 one with Ice Cube, and it was amazing. It honestly might be the worst movie I've ever seen, and I had so much fun with it. Somebody please put it in theaters at some point. I need to watch that with an audience. I would have so much fun. But I'm going to close this episode out with a piece of music like I always do. Usually I do my whole spiel about upcoming live shows and follow me here, follow me there, but I got to rest my voice. So let's just close you out with a piece of music from one of my albums. I don't know, I'll go with Shaking from my last album, Missing Pieces. There'll be news about a new album coming very soon. Hope you enjoy Shaking. We'll be back with more Piecing It Together real soon.
An All Points West production, produced by David Rosen in Las Vegas.